Hi, I'm Bernie Hayes. Today we're going to talk to a young filmmaker about a new project he's working on today on The Bernie Hayes Show. Hi, welcome back. I'm Bernie Hayes, and my guest today is Travis Haughton. He's a former student of mine at Webster University, but he's also a filmmaker. Travis, welcome. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great. That's great. You've always been ambitious. You know, when I first had you in my class at Webster, you were talking about making films and so forth. In fact, I know a few people from Webster who are filmmakers. In fact, the swing set was done by a former student of mine, and also the White Rider and so forth. So Webster is putting out quite a few filmmakers out there. Yeah. So what made you decide to go into films?
So funny story. I actually used to want to go into journalism. So back when I was in middle school and going into high school, I used to always be involved in broadcast journalism, just sitting in front of the camera, just giving the news. And then I used to be in a yearbook, newspaper, just interviewing people. That's something that I like to do, just interviewing people and just getting out there to figure out people's stories.
Sure.
But then I got into acting around junior, senior year, and actually sophomore, junior, senior year, and I got into acting, and I was like, oh, this is something I want to do. So I, tucked journalism in my back pocket, and I'm like, okay, I want to go into acting now. So after I started taking acting classes, it got to my senior year of when I got to the higher level of acting 4, and it was like, okay, now you get to direct and write your own stage play. And I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. So let me see what it's about. And I started directing my first stage play. I wrote it, directed it before we even started school senior year. And my teacher loved it. And then I directed and wrote my own stage play. And I was like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And then that's when I applied to Webster University. I got accepted, and pretty much here I am today, just directing and writing films, and I love it.
What high school did you attend?
McClure North.
McClure North?
Yep, McClure North High School.
Okay, so they have a pretty big cinema studies there, or what?
No, it was more of like a video production, but it's more broadcast journalism. So I actually went up there the other day, and I don't think they have it anymore. So I'm trying to figure out ways to bring it back, because I really enjoyed, having that broadcast journalism at McClure North. So we're in the process of getting it back right now.
Wait, what about the acting? How did you come to that?
So I remember freshman year, I was always shy, and I'm like, okay, I need to find something to, get out of my comfort zone. And then I took the acting one just to see if I would like it or not. And I loved it. And I loved the teacher, Carolyn Kovar. She is amazing. And I got on the show. I got into the class, got on stage, and I just broke out of my comfort zone. And here I am, an extrovert, turning from an introvert to extrovert.
That's a good thing, though, especially in the field that you're in.
Yeah, definitely.
So you're at Webster University now, right? Mm-hmm. So when will you graduate?
So I graduated in May of 2021.
May of 2021.
Yep.
That's great. I know you were a good student in my class.
Yeah.
And you were talking about writing plays then at that time. So I know you've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
So what's your current project?
So my current project is called Black Card. And I'm doing a full feature for my senior thesis. So I'll actually be the first person at Webster University to do a full feature. And I started on this feature back in October in my advanced script writing class. And I started writing it and just perfecting the script until now I'm in pre-production, getting everything together. I got my cast together. I got half of my crew together. And we're just getting everything together for the film. So again, it's titled Black Card. And it's about this white girl who approaches the Black Student Union on how can she be Black. So it's a comedy, and it's pretty funny. It's based off a true event. This actually happened at Webster University, and it wasn't a white girl who walked up to me, but it was a white dude who walked up to me and asked how can he be Black, basically. And and this specific story, I want to kind of focus on the differences between culture appropriation versus culture appreciating, because a lot of people, they don't know the difference. So I'm like, let me, touch on this in the film, but also with the times we're in right now, I wanted to kind of give it a comedic vibe to it because, we need to laugh. We need to have that laugh.
Yeah. So what part are you playing in the film?
So I'm the director and one of the writers.
But you're not acting in it?
No, I'm not acting in it.
Okay, so you've now gone behind the camera.
Yeah, so I'm no longer acting. So my route was to kind of go into directing and rotate my way into acting. So I'm gonna meet all the directors and then be like, hey, can you put me in your project? And, stuff like that. But yeah, I'm not acting in it as of right now, but later in life, I definitely would want to get into that.
How can one reach you if they want to help you or find more information about your project?
So yeah, if you reach me at, you can go to blackcardmovie@gmail.com.
Spell that, please.
Oh, Blackcard, BLACKCARD@gmail.com. And just email us if you're interested in helping out with the project in any type of way. If you want to sponsor our project or just helping out in any type of way, that'll be awesome. Or you can visit www.travisproduction.com. And you can go in there and just look at my portfolio. That's all of the work that I did at Webster University and even in high school. And you can just kind of see the vibe that I go for and how I'm different from, other filmmakers here in St. Louis and just in the world in general.
Tell me, how did you come up with the title, Black Card?
So, actually, So here's the funny story.
Okay,
So
I'm ready for that.
A lot of script writers, they actually kind of outline the script and everything first. But me, I actually come up with the title first. So before I even, I had a general idea of the story in my head, but then I was like, I want this to be called Black Card. And then I kind of go, with the flow after that. But I knew I definitely wanted it to be, called Black Card because a lot of people are trying to earn their Black Card nowadays. And I'm like, okay, I think that'll be a good title, especially with the storyline that I have. So,
could you explain to me what a Black Card is?
Yes, so a Black Card is basically a card that Black people are born with. And it's pretty much this imaginary card that, people think that's real. But it's basically a card that, Black people use. So say, for instance, if I have never watched, the blackest movie in the U.S., which is Friday. If you haven't watched Friday and you're Black, you lose your Black Card. So it's kind of like that. Okay,
so it's like you've got to be in the game in order to be who you are.
Yeah,
and part of the particular, I guess, the ethnic group.
Yeah.
Well, who is going to review your film for your thesis?
So as of right now, I don't know the professors that'll be in there, but I know it's kind of like a portfolio review. So you have not necessarily judges, but just people who look at different professors that review it and look at the film and critique it and just give you feedback so you can go back and perfect it.
Well, I've done many portfolio reviews at Webster. Now, is it racial? Will they be calling this a racial film? Do you think the people who will be viewing this on the portfolio review or the review of the film itself will take offense to being a race film?
I don't think so. This particular, I don't know actually how the process works because
Sure.
I'm just getting into the game, so I really don't know yet.
How do you interact with the other students at Webster? Black, white, Asian, and so forth.
Yeah, so I interact with everybody. I'm in all of the clubs on campus, and I just try to get involved as much as possible. Just like high school, I'm always liking to get involved with more people and just to meet more people. And that was the whole reason of why I wanted to come to Webster, because it was diverse and very inclusive. So a lot of people were asking me, why didn't I want to go to HBCU? And I'm like, well, I came from HBCU, so now
Historically Black colleges and universities, okay.
Yeah. So now I wanted to come to, Webster University and just meet people from different cultures and different backgrounds to just kind of get to know the field, because I feel like once I graduate college, I'll have to eventually do that.
Travis Haughton is my guest with the New Life Evangelistic Center, 645-645-2428 Woodson Road in Overland, Missouri. And Reverend Larry Rice has been, producing these programs for almost 50 years. The programs that were once vital at 1411 Locust Street, downtown St. Louis, Missouri, are now being provided for those in need here in Overland. 2428 Woodson Road in Overland, Missouri, 63114. And we'd like for you to come by and visit us and see the wonderful things that are happening here at New Life Evangelistic Center. We'll be back with Travis Haughton after this.
I certainly hope you enjoy the Bernie Hayes show. Well, are you telling everybody about it? Showing people how to put it on their phones? You get the NLEC TV app. People can not only see it throughout the bi-state area, but around the world. Yes, there's so many great guests that Bernie has, and you don't want anybody to miss any of the shows. So get that NLEC TV app, put it on your phone. And at the same time, please continue to support the work of the New Life Evangelistic Center, which owns and operates 24.2 or NLEC TV. Yes, people throughout the greater St. Louis area can get it on 24.2, but I watch it on my phone. That way, wherever I'm at, anywhere in the country, I can go to NLEC TV and watch. Remember, it's your prayers and gifts that continue to make all this possible. And as you share a special gift on behalf of the Bernie Hayes Show so we can keep it on the air and all the other programs, why don't you ask for one of the cups that have actually the Bernie Hayes Show right here on the cup. Actually, it's my wife's favorite coffee cup. She always goes looking for this cup when she wants to drink some hot tea or coffee. And this is the Bernie Hayes Show cup, and you can get one also. And we encourage you to share a gift of $25 or more so we can not only keep this program on the air, but all the rest of NLEC TV, and supporting the work of the New Life Evangelistic Center, which has first responders out on the streets among the homeless, opening safe houses for the women and for the children, giving them on-the-job training opportunities, for example, here at 2428 Woodson Road in Overland, Missouri, and training programs in New Bloomfield, Marshfield, the largest daytime walk-in shelter in southwestern Missouri, northwestern Arkansas, 8806 North Jefferson, and so much more. Go to the World Wide Web and discover it yourself. It's New Life Evangelistic Center, P.O. Box 473, St. Louis, Missouri. That's 63166.
Oh, give thanks to the Lord, for he is good, for his mercy endures forever. Psalms 113:1. And welcome back. My guest is Travis Haughton. He's a filmmaker, and he's working on a project right now through Webster University. So Travis, how do people audition to be in your movie?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that for me?
Do you have auditions for those who want to be in the movie? In your movie?
So actually the process has already passed. Mm-hmm. But if people are interested in just auditioning for future projects that I have, you can just visit my website at www.travisproduction.com. And
That's a little fast. Can you slow it down a little bit?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. www.travisproduction.com. Mm-hmm. And once you visit my website, there's a form where you can contact and ask pretty much any question you would like how can I audition for your film?
Sure.
But you can go in there and just send me your headshot, your resume, and your reel. And if you don't have any of those things, that's totally fine. Just shoot me an email and we'll see what we can do for you.
Okay, how did you select those who are in the film right now?
So
your current film.
Yeah, so I went through my producer, Lori Ann Potts. She is wonderful at casting and everything. So we basically came together and we reached out to different agencies, and we went to St. Louis, STLauditions.com. That's pretty much where everybody in St. Louis, try to find auditions for film, theater, and such as that.
I remember reading an article they did on you a couple of years ago. Tell us, what was that about?
Yes, so the article that they did on me, that was back in November, I believe. And it was basically me going to LA, and I went to LA in November, and that trip was so amazing. It was the American film market, and I got to network with so many professionals in the film industry, and American film market is basically where you go and you distribute your films, or you find distribution for your films. And I wasn't necessarily looking for distribution, but I was looking for, those connects. So when I need distribution, I will already have those connects, and they would know my face and my name, so that, we can make something happen.
You're directing and producing the film. Is it a high-tech film? Is it going to be a film that you're doing on home cameras, or what? Tell us about the production.
Yeah, so the production is supposed to take place in September, October. That is the plan as of right now, but things can change because of COVID-19. So that's the plan of it right now. So the plan is to, still go to the locations, stay 6 feet apart, wear a mask when need be, and just follow the precautions that Webster University gives us. And that's the plan of right now. We're still, trying to figure everything out. We're waiting on Webster University, to drop the news whether or not if we would still be on campus or if we would take place online. So. Okay,
so are you going to do any on-location shooting?
Yeah, everything is going to be on location. We won't do anything online. The crew is a big crew, but the scenes are like separated to the point where it'll be 10 people or less.
Okay. How has this COVID-19 pandemic affected you in your writing and also on a personal level?
Yeah, so as I said before, I'm an extrovert. So being in the house all day, every day, stuck in one spot, it was just like, I can't do this anymore. I need to get outside. So I kind of actually, during this whole pandemic, I just switched over to my introvert ways and just started writing a lot of scripts, dealing with the times that we're in. So I just been writing and working on my feature film, and just been in pre-production, talking to people off of Zoom, WebEx, FaceTime, and just connecting with more people. And I actually feel like I connected with a lot of people over social media during this time. And yeah, just been chilling, honestly.
Travis, your classmates and schoolmates and those around you, knowing that you're going to be a filmmaker, do they encourage you? Have anyone said that you can't do this? What's been their attitudes?
Well, the students are really very supportive, especially at Webster. Like, they really support me. They support a Travis production, and I really appreciate it. But I do remember back when I was working, someone actually was like, "What are you trying to be when you grow up?" And I was like, "A film director." And they were like, "Oh, you should be a doctor." And that's when I knew, like, I had to, go hard of being a film director, because, somebody tried to tell me that I need to be a doctor, instead of suggesting, like, "Oh, have you thought about, being a doctor?" instead of telling me. That's one thing that everything kind of switches, because it's the difference between giving me suggestions and then telling me what I should be.
What kind of courses does it take for you to become a filmmaker at Webster?
Yeah, so on Webster, at Webster University, it's kind of flexible, honestly. So what I did was I went on a website, because I knew exactly I wanted to go into directing and kind of the producing route. So it's literally like different sections on the website, and it says, like, if you want to go into cinematography, these are the courses you need to take. So I looked at the directing and producing courses that I needed to take, and I kind of went in that route. And I also, went in the routes of, like, oh, I want to take this class too, because I feel like it'll help me. Just like I didn't mention before, but my major is film and video production. My minor is script writing, and I'm also pursuing a certificate in entrepreneurship. So I kind of brought it all together.
The class you took with me, Culture, Diversity, and Media, did that help you at all?
Yes, that class definitely helped me. It opened my eyes in so many ways. And after watching all of the films and just hearing people backgrounds and just how they felt about the film different from how I felt, it was just like very eye-opening, and it was just, I learned a lot in your class.
What do you hope your film, what impact do you have on the public?
The impact, honestly, I just like to educate people during my films. And especially during Black Card, once you watch it, you're going to be educated, but you're also going to laugh. You're going to probably cry during this film also. So just learning about the Black culture and learning the differences between appropriating and cultural appreciating, So that's exactly what I want to do. I want to educate people during my films.
Will there be a message in the film? What message are you trying to get over?
The message is honestly, again, like I said before, just stop appropriating and appreciate the culture. And it also deals with self-acceptance because, you know, once you enter high school your freshman year or college your freshman year, you're trying to figure out exactly who you are as a person. Yeah. And that's what I want to focus on. Like, this girl is trying to figure out who she is as a person, but she's trying to fit into a different culture that she don't even recognize that she's appropriating the culture. So, you know, us Black people, we, you know, take her through the route of appreciating the culture instead of appropriating it.
Okay, this is very interesting. Mm-hmm. And it's like you're doing, you're studying quite a bit and getting the message that your classes are trying to teach you, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So when will the project be finished?
So the plan for the project, again, is we start in September and we finish in October, and then we start the editing process. And then the plan for the project is to be completely done in February so I can submit it to different film festivals. Mm-hmm. My goal is to really submit it to the American Black Film Festival because I've been attending there actually since my sophomore year of college. And I just love the film festival. The vibe is really, really good, and I just networked with so many people. So that's the goal. My guest is Travis Haughton. He's a filmmaker who we're here at the New Life Evangelistic Center, 2428 Woodson Road. I'm thinking about 1411 Locust Street, downtown St. Louis, which Reverend Larry Rice and his staff are really trying to reopen. And we'll be back with Travis Haughton after this.
So many people need hope at this particular time. The coronavirus has destroyed hope in the lives of so many people. The ongoing reports of police brutality can wear a person down day after day, week after week. That's why I thank God for the Zaki Baruti show and Bernie Hayes shows and other shows that New Life Evangelistic Center is able to give you on NLEC TV or 24.2, but we must do even more. And that's why I thank God for their partnership, so that together we can offer people direct help. Those that are homeless, a place to come and live. Those that are hungry, food. Those that need help on utility assistance, direct assistance. And all this is possible because of each one of you that are partnering with the New Life Evangelistic Center. You can do that by sharing your much-needed gift with New Life Evangelistic Center at P.O. Box 473, St. Louis, Missouri. That's 63166. You give online at nlecstl.org. It's your partnership that makes it possible for New Life Evangelistic Center and its growing team of workers to be there when people are hurting. So join us in helping people be set free from the cycle of homelessness. Please share your much-needed gift now. It's New Life Evangelistic Center, P.O. Box 473, St. Louis, Missouri.
We'll return to our guest after this Black History moment. Today we're going to talk about John Mercer Langston, the first African-American in the country to hold an elected office. He was the youngest of 4 children, born to 3 blacks in 1829. In 1855, Langston was elected town clerk in Bromhill Township in Ohio, becoming the first elected official in that state. During the Civil War, Langston recruited black volunteers for the Massachusetts 54th Infantry Regiment, officially the first African-American military unit in the country. In 1868, Langston moved to Washington, D.C. to help establish the nation's first black law school at Howard University. He became its first dean and served briefly as acting president of Howard in 1872. In 1888, Mercer ran for the seat in Congress as an independent against a Democratic opponent. He lost, but Langston was finally declared the winner and served the 6 remaining months of that term. Partly because of his prominence, the Oklahoma Territory town of Langston and the college created in the town, Langston University, was named after him. John Mercer Langston.
Now you can take NLEC TV anywhere as you put the NLEC TV app on your iPhone or mobile device. NLEC TV is an innovative TV station that's on the cutting edge of community service. When you tune in to NLEC TV, you'll discover a television station that has been operated by previously homeless individuals who've received broadcast training through New Life Evangelistic Center's unique on-the-job training program. On NLEC TV, you'll discover wholesome family, community, renewable energy, and inspirational programming. For further information, call 314-436-2424 or go to nlecstl.org. That's nlecstl.org.
And welcome back. My guest is Travis Haughton. He's a filmmaker, and he's a student at Webster University. He'll be graduating next year. Sean Hunt, former student of mine, is the one who directed and wrote the Swing Set and White Rider and other movies that I was in. And he always had this, still has this ambition of being one of the best. And he's on Amazon right now and other different platforms. So Travis, Who inspired you?
Like film directors?
Yes, directors and so forth.
Honestly, I have a list, but I narrowed it down to like three, my top 3 directors, and Jordan Peele is number 1. And Jordan Peele, I really love his films. I love his style. And if you look on my website, it's like my style is like pretty much inspired by Jordan Peele. Like the way that once you watch his films, like especially like if you've seen Get Out or if you've seen Us, his films are very like, they make you think, and that's what I like to do in my films. I like to make people think. Like you have to put all of the pieces together to get the full puzzle. So that's one thing that I like about Jordan Peele. And then the second director is Ava DuVernay, and then the third one is Lena Waithe. So those are my second and third directors that I really I really like them because the stories that they tell are very like impacting to the entire world, and they just really highlight the Black actors, the Black crew, and they, I really, really like them.
Have you met any of them?
I haven't met. The goal is to really, really meet Jordan Peele. So if anybody out there got connects to Jordan Peele, please hit me up.
Okay, this is great. There's so much to do. How do you select the equipment since you're directing? I noticed that you're pretty technically minded. So the film, the cameras, the sound system, how do you select those?
Yeah, so after taking the classes at Webster University, and I feel like as a director, you need to know everything on set. So you need to know from the lighting to the camera work to just everything, so that, so say for instance, if I want to say change something on the camera, I don't know what I'm talking about, instead of just saying, what's that thing on the camera that you change? So after taking classes, especially with Q Park, he's a professor at Webster. He's hands down my favorite professor at Webster in the School of Communications department. Like he gets the job done. And that's pretty much where I learned all of the camera work and the different lighting techniques and everything. So now when I'm on my film sets and I find my director of photography, I'm like, okay, I need this done, I need that done, and I need this rented out, and I need that. So I already know what I'm talking about just because Q taught me everything that I need to know. So now I'm prepared for the real world once I graduate.
That's
so
great.
Thank you, Q.
My producer and director here, Bob Dimler, is running all these cameras by himself remotely. He does all the editing, all the sound. He does it all.
That's nice.
Yeah, and I'm very impressed. Everyone who sees these programs are very impressed with Bob and Bill Maddox, who are also another director here and filmmaker. Mm-hmm. But when the long-term goal or ambition for Travis Haughton is what?
So yeah, once I graduate, my plan is to move straight to Atlanta, Georgia, Black Hollywood, and start working for a production company, and just to get my name out there more, and just eventually work my way up into directing my own films on big name sets, and just building my own fan base, so that way once everybody knows about a Travis production and my production company, I start having people work under me, and then I would bring that back to St. Louis and start my own production company, and just make something out of positive in the community in St. Louis, because there's a lot of talent here in St. Louis, and I really want to focus on it and just bring everything back. So the plan is to move to Atlanta, Georgia, work my way up to directing my own films, opening my own production company, and living my best life.
Once again, how can they reach you and help you?
Yeah, so you can reach me at blackcardmovie@gmail.com if you're interested in sponsoring the project. Right now we're having an Indiegogo campaign out right now, and that's where you can donate to our film, because the plan is to raise $30,000 to pay the actors, get the equipment, get the food for the film, and it's just so many other things that goes into the production design and a lot of more things. So you can actually, if you email us, we can send you the link directly, or if you want to sponsor us, we can figure out ways to help you, and then you can help us also. Your
advisors at Webster and your friends outside, I assume they're helping you, Haughton. Travis, I just want to say thank you so much for visiting with us today, and I wish all the luck in the world. Anything we can do here to help you, we will.
Yes.
And please keep your head up. And when leave Atlanta, come on back home, okay?
Yes, I will.
Have a great day.
You
Thank
too.
And each one of you, thank you so much for visiting with us today at The New Life Evangelism Center. I'm Bernie Hayes.